shake it up. Let's start our day, baby girl. Hey, let's start our day, darling. Hey, hello, hello. Shake it up. Hey, gorgeous. Say hi. Yeah.
Morning guys. So in this episode I'm just going to go through my morning routine. Every time you travel and you're always moving around or you're very busy, there's always some time in the mornings, maybe not on your busiest days, that you can actually do your morning routine, which gives you a bit of a constant bit of a stability in your ever moving, changing life. So I'm going to run you quickly through my morning routine with Belladonna. And yeah. So whenever I am actually, if it's my busiest day or not so busy day, the first thing I do mainly in the mornings is get my rose water spray, and I give my face a bit of a spritz. As you get older, things aren't as well hydrated as they were when you were in your 20s. So basically I start the day off with that. And because it's winter here in Australia and here in Hervey Bay, it's still a bit cold in the morning, so I do my smudging and all that kind of good stuff a little bit later, because when you smudge, you've got to let out the negativity of the smoke. So when doing that, I'll do it a little bit later when it's a bit warmer to open up the windows. So in the meantime, I will make myself breakfast and give Belladonna some brekkie as well. So one of my other go-to things is the lemon. These are tiny. I actually got these from the farmer's market. So I actually use the whole one of these, and yeah, for my lemon water in the mornings. Very good, very healthy. But how cute are they? They're so tiny. Anyway, just to let you know too, guys, I haven't got my stuff. It's all still in transit. They say it's not going to be here until about the 20th of August. So I'm not going to lie to you. I refuse to buy another knife. I've got like thousands of knives and they're all in transit in boxes at the moment. So what I don't have is steak knives, and considering I'm a vegan, I really don't need a steak knife. But I did get some of these from Big W, these little steak knives, and they're doing not as good as a knife, let me tell you. However, it's doable until the 20th, or around about the 20th of August, when my stuff actually arrives. So don't knock it. But what I did take with me on the plane was my cup, one of my cups. So this cup I traveled with on the plane with. Yeah, I could go out and get some more cups, I know. But why buy things when you already have stuff, right? Because then that's just going to add to clutter, and then you're just going to have to declutter and give it all to the good Sammys, and it's just thinking, why pay for it in the beginning? So I actually bought a few things over. Obviously I couldn't bring the knife on the plane. That's a no-no. I suppose I could if I had the opportunity to ask and organize it, but that's a lot of hassle when really I don't need to worry about it. I'm just getting the pips out of these lemons. What I'm going to do, if you've seen my previous video on lemons and growing on lemon tree from seed, it's really quite nice to have a nice little lemon seedling growing, because when you knock it, it gives you that lemon smell as well. Now I'm guessing these teeny tiny little lemons are literally off like someone's tree, which is great. So I'm going to keep them, I'm going to dry them up, and then when I get to Bunnings next time, I'll get some little seedling pots and I will try and grow these babies actually. So I'll keep that to the side, let that dry out a little bit, and then I'll plant them and see what happens. So if I keep a whole bunch of them, some of them is going to grow. What I noticed though when I actually got some decorative aloe vera and some other succulents that was really good to reduce the radiation in the home. That was also another previous video I've done. I reused the soil that I used with one of my lemon attempts, and it didn't work. So I was like, oh, okay, the seeds are gone. It doesn't matter. I'll just throw it in here. Why waste good soil? Just throw it into this pot here. And what I noticed is those seeds started to come out of that pot where I put, you know, all these other ones. I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, I did not bring those with me because you can't, I'm pretty sure you can't cross state lines with soil. So I have to redo some more of those, so stay tuned on that one, because, you know, I've got to like start getting some plants for this beautiful place, and get some, you know, good energy and plants that are going to help remove the toxins and the radiation within the home. So anyway, with all that said, I have finally got myself my lemon water, and I'm just going to sip it until I decide what I want to have for breakfast. I'm usually one of those people that likes to have breakfast first and then I do things. But like I said, because it's a bit cooler as well, I might also get the breakfast out of the way, have a nice warm cup of tea, and then get into my spiritual practice a little later than sooner. Obviously things will change around in summer. It's obviously quite warm throughout the day. So things are going to change, diet's going to change, you know, because, you know, when it's like 40-degree heat, the last thing, and 40-degree heat and like what, something like stupid, like 98% humidity or some shit like that, last thing you want to do is want to eat. So, and also all my blenders are packed in the boxes on its way here as well. So my blenders, my little blender, everything's all, and people are like, why don't you just buy another one? And I'm like, no, because it's in transit and I've got enough. I don't need any more at this stage. Why buy something that you already have? Yeah, maybe that's just old-fashioned way of thinking, but I'm not just gonna go out there and buy a couple more blenders, and then all my stuff's gonna come in, and then next thing you know, I've got like 10 blenders. It's just ridiculous. Just wait until I get my stuff come in, and then I can organize it, sort it through. Do I need, and then I can add on to it. It's not a big deal, right? But there are certain things, obviously, I can't do at the moment. So blending at the moment is not a bad thing because it's winter. It's a bit too cold to have a frozen drink in the mornings, which is good. So a cup of tea for me at the moment is great. Also in saying that, all my teas are coming over as well. So once they come over, it'll be even better. Have a nice herbal teas in the morning. But I'm going to enjoy my lemon water and I'll get back to you. So at this stage, Belladonna climbed up on my shoulder and demanded some cuddle time. So we just have some quick cuddle time at the moment. Love doing little cuddles in the morning. So I'm actually going to smudge the house with this sage stick. Let me get my little trusty lighter. Yay! And I find this quite a meditative task. So as you can hear in the background, I've got the shamanic drumming in the background. And basically what I'm going to do is go through each room and saging all the rooms and just visualizing positivity, abundance, and all that good stuff. So this will take about 5 minutes to do this whole house. Okay guys, so I've just literally just finished doing my smudging, and basically all I'm doing is thinking of positive things and just releasing the negative from the areas that you want smudged. And I like to do the whole house. But when we're going to clean the house, I'm also cleanse the house of its energy as well, right? Bringing good energy is only beneficial, all right? And it's not going to hurt you any. as well. So I've got my smudge stick. I've actually ended here in I like to call this a mud room, foyer, whatever, of the house. Also I like it Fort Knox, but now is a good time to release the negative energy, and by doing that we just open the doors and just allow the smudge sticks to release and take that bad energy with them, and then obviously bring in the good. Let me just put this down. All right, so I'm gonna have me just turn off the shamanic drumming. I love this drumming. I love doing it when I'm doing a smudging. So let's just turn that off for a sec. Boom. All right, cool. Let me just talk to you quickly about windows as well. So I'm going to be opening up a few windows here. I need a key. When you move into a house, or when you move into any house, whether it's rental or you've bought it yourself, either way, it doesn't matter. The windows need to be clean, okay? It's good feng shui to have clean windows, but it's also another spiritual cleansing as well is to keep the windows clean, and then you won't have this murky kind of presence in your house. So I'm slowly getting through all the windows. I haven't done all the windows yet, to be fair. But this is now the best time I do about a window a week. So I've only been here a couple of weeks, but I've done 3 windows. It's locked. And we just literally open up all the windows because it's warmer now as well. The sun's out, it's actually quite nice. I might just get all the windows open. I might, instead of, because there's a window and a door in this laundry area, I might just do the door because I'm going to get ready to do some hand washing. Oops. Because as you know, my washing machine is in transit, like everything. Now, I like to air out a house after a smudging for half an hour. In fact, to be honest with you, that a house should be aired every day to let energy flow. Now, obviously, if you're in a colder state like Victoria or Tasmania, you don't particularly want to do it often. Oh yeah, if you haven't noticed, I've locked all my windows, but I've only got a certain amount of keys. Right. And you should actually, like I was saying, need to open up your windows and let the house air at least for 15, 20 minutes. But anything more than that is even perfect. Oh, did you hear the bird? It just allows the energy to flow in the house. Energy needs to flow. This is why when you have a cluttered house, have you ever noticed that you feel depressed, you feel anxious, you feel all these things, and you actually don't know why, and it's because of the clutter in the house. Even though the clutter is neat, energy can't flow. So, just to let me tell you as well, this is a blow-up bed that I actually flew with from WA, because I bought it in WA. It's a blow-up bed from Anaconda. However, this beautiful, lovely darling here decided that she wanted to play. So we're playing and she's jumping all over the bed, as you know. The next night I'm on the ground. I'm like, what's going on? So I looked at the bed and she had punctured it. So I'm using a lot of duct tape at the moment to try and keep it up, but it's not working. I might have to find a puncture kit or something like that. But it's only a few more days and then, yeah, fun and games. But getting back to the energy and stuff like that, when you have, and this is when the minimalist stuff came in as well. When the minimalist, I don't know, fad, I suppose, in a way, came in, it was a big thing to minimalize everything in your house. Here's the thing though. I did that. I thought, oh yeah, this would be great. Let's minimalize it and let's get rid of everything that I don't need and actually, get rid of everything I don't need and just minimize everything. You know, I do like to travel, so you know, by minimizing everything, then I'd have less to travel with. Here's the thing though. I am now regretting getting rid of all my books. So when you do these minimalizations and you do all these fads and you think, oh, this is great, it's going to clear energy and all that, I've actually got rid of things that I actually want back in hard copy. As much as I like Apple Books and Kindle and all those great platforms, I still want hardcover books. I just like hardcover books, right? So I like the physical book in itself. So now I have to try and replace all my books. So that's fun and games, because some of them I can't get here anymore in Australia. I have to go all the way to America to get them because they're American authors, or and then it will cost more in postage and handling than it is for the book itself. So, oh well, these are the things that you learn, right? Lesson learned. But as you can see, as you walk into my house is very minimalized. And we all know why, I'm not gonna repeat it. But at the end of the day, when you have too much clutter in the house, you need to get rid of some of the stuff. There should be enough space in your house for all your belongings, for your family's belongings, to be able to fit organized and allowing the energy to flow. And as I was saying before, that when you actually have too much clutter, the house becomes very stagnant. The energy doesn't flow, it becomes stagnant, causing depression, anxiety, and all the other elements that go with having a very cluttered house. When you remove the clutter, but keep the things that you love, your house becomes more of a sanctuary than it is a home, than it is just four walls and a couple of doors, all right? So if you want more on energy healing, please go to my website and get your discovery call. In the meantime, I am going to take Belladonna out on her leash, and so we can do a bit of grounding outside in the sun for a little bit, and then I'll go on to my next spiritual practice that I love to do. Right, so now we're back from our walk outside. As you can see, I don't take Belladonna off her leash. I don't like her roaming around by herself just yet, especially since there's another cat across the road, a fluffy black cat. And she just saunters down the little alleyway in between the houses. It's kind of cute. Belladonna checks it out every now and then. It's like, ooh, what's that? You know. But the birds here as well, birds here in Queensland, they're interesting creatures when it comes to predator animals like Belladonna. So I actually picked her up and brought her in because I was worried about the birds going to attack her and me, to be fair. But they squall quite loudly as well. Belladonna's looking at me and I'm like looking at her going, I think it's time we call it quits. So we go inside now. But yeah, so once we got inside, I like to read part of my book, A Course in Miracles. I always read like a little segment in there. I'll try and do it each day. Sometimes it doesn't work, but you know, just like a little segment, and then start my day. And today I've got Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Tarot Oracle cards and Belladonna in the background. And I just like to pull out just a few cards just to see where I'm going, see what's coming up, you know. And then after that, I take that information and then I will go and meditate on it. And then that'd be my spiritual morning practice. I also have on my website, guys, a free guide on how to make space in your morning for your morning routine, for your spiritual practice. Oh, you can see the background there. Belladonna's going pee-pee. Bless. Anyway, poor thing can't have privacy. Anyway, so if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned. If you want more information, then go to my website at togetherwewilljourney.life. And yeah, otherwise I'll see you in my next video.